Inside Brad Pitt's fresh start after settling Angelina Jolie divorce, a weight has been lifted. It seemed like the day would never come. Then, on December 30th, 2024, Brad Pitt and ex-Angelina Jolie signed off on their divorce after more than 8 years spent locked in a bitter legal battle. There's a big sense of relief that it's over, a source shares in the latest Us Weekly cover story. A weight has been lifted. Now Pitt, 61, is looking ahead. Brad wants to get his life back on track and put this behind him, says the source. He can start over again. He's excited about his highly anticipated race car flick, F1, out in June. Sources say he's hoping to eventually rebuild his relationships with his 6 children. He and Jolie, 49, are parents to Maddox, 23, Pax, 21, Zahara, 20, Shiloh, 18, and 16-year-old twins Knox and Vivian. And he's going full speed ahead when it comes to his romance with his girlfriend of 2 years, jewelry exec Ines de Ramon, 35, who, according to sources, was the catalyst for Pitt finally making peace with Jolie. Ines helped Brad move forward, says a second source, and think about the divorce in a new light. Pitt and de Ramon appeared to be a great fit from the start. They were first spotted together in late 2022 and made their red carpet debut at the September Wolf's premiere. She brings out the best in Brad, a source told us at the time. They reportedly spent the holidays together at his $40 million mansion in Carmel, California. As Us previously reported, de Ramon moved into Pitt's LA house in early 2024. With a busy career keeping his schedule full, the second source explains, Ines has brought him a sense of calm and peace. Pitt leaned on her as he and Jolie continued to duke it out in court. In addition to ongoing custody issues, Pitt sued Jolie in 2022 for selling her share of the family's vineyard, Chateau Miraval. Jolie countersued for $250 million and included in legal filings an alleged account of a 2016 incident aboard a private plane in which she claimed an inebriated Pitt physically and verbally abused her and the children. Pitt denied the altercation turned physical and was cleared following investigations by the Department of Family Services and the FBI. Pitt and de Ramon have a lot of common ground. De Ramon was going through her own divorce when she and Pitt got together. She and Vampire Diaries' alum Paul Wesley split in 2022 after 3 years of marriage. That's something she and Brad bonded over, says the second source. Adds the first source. Ines has helped Brad through this from the start. She's been his rock. Their romance is a breath of fresh air for Pitt. He had a volatile relationship with Angelina and doesn't have that with Ines, says the first source. They're madly in love and work so well together. Brad's happier than ever. In July, a source told us they enjoy low-key date nights at home, often cooking and watching movies together. Brad loves how easygoing and smart Ines is. She actively encouraged Pitt to finalize the divorce with Jolie. Ines is very zen and doesn't like conflict or negativity. She wants Brad to find peace, forgiveness, and move on, a source told us in May. From her perspective, it doesn't make sense for him to hold on to all the animosity. Though Brad's divorce is now official, the second source explains Pitt and de Ramon aren't putting any pressure on marriage. Still, they're committed to each other and very serious. While the actor is happy to focus on his future with a jewelry designer, the source explains he doesn't necessarily need to get married again at this time. Healthy outlet. Work has been another reprieve for Pitt. He's very passionate about F1 and thinks it will be a huge success, says the second source, noting that the Oscar winner has always been enamored by Formula One and racing. He knew it would be a huge challenge, which excited him about the project. Adds the source, he is very focused on Ines and work. That's what gets him through the hard times. Family ties. ITT is hopeful, but realistic about reconnecting with his kids. Last May, Shiloh had her last name legally dropped to Jolie. Zahara and Vivian also appear to only use Jolie. Brad isn't in contact with the older kids. It's a very sad situation for him, says the second source. In an alleged resurfaced Instagram post that Pax posted on Father's Day in 2020, he called the star a world-class a-hole. According to a third source, Pitt retains joint custody of Knox and Vivian, but has very limited time with them, especially because of filming for F1, which required travel. The second source says Pitt and the twins don't have a super close relationship, adding, "He always reaches out and is hopeful things will eventually get better one day." The actor is cautiously optimistic about keeping the peace with Jolie. Their ongoing war over Miraval wages on. In November, a judge refused Jolie's motions to dismiss as the case moves toward a trial. Brad's relieved the divorce is finalized. He closed that chapter many years ago and can't believe it was dragged out this long, but he knows there's still more to come with Miraval, explains the second source. This was just one hurdle for him. Still, he's happy to have it behind him,